Hey, my name's Shane. I'm a local real estate agent. I see you guys had a property on Church Road, came off the market last month. Whatever happened with that? Are you still trying to sell it?
No, I think we're gonna rent it out for a while.
Hmm.
We got a nice property, but now we got to rent it out for the next 12 months.
I got you. Is that the only rental property you own, or do you own others?
I've got another one. So
Don't listen to what people say behind your back. A lion will never look back when small dogs bark.
All right, guys. I hope everyone's doing fantastic today. We are a little over halfway through the year. We're about at the midpoint, just a little over. And life is good. I've got 15 listings right now. I've got 6 of those under contract. One closing coming up next week. 2 more closings next month so far, and more to come. But today, what I'm going to get into is calling canceled and expired properties. Now, something that I want you guys to think about is some of the process that we use for calling these canceled and expired properties. Now, I don't use a service to pull my numbers and to find my properties for me. I just go to the MLS. And for you newer agents out here, this is easy. Go to the MLS, right? Do a search, a hot sheet search for properties that expired or canceled, and cherry pick out the ones that you want to get involved with, right? There's no need to go out here and pay, $150, $200 a month for a service to compile these that are already at your fingertips and then find numbers for it. You can use anything to find numbers. Whitepages.com, True People Search. Most of these services that you can use for locating people's numbers run you, $20 a month. So that's easy. Something else, people ask me all the time, do you have a structured approach about going after expireds? And really, I don't, right? Because expireds are a different animal than FSBOs. I've got a very structured approach to go after FSBOs for expireds and canceleds. It's really one question that's going to get the conversation started. And this is the way it goes. Ring, ring, ring. They say hello. I go, hey, John? Yeah. Hey, my name's Shane. I'm a local real estate agent. I saw you had a property that expired off of the market yesterday, last week, last month, 2 years ago. Doesn't matter when it was. I saw you had a property expired off of the market and then that amount of time, right? Whatever happened with that? Did you guys ever sell it? Or if it's one that just expired, like today or yesterday, hey, whatever happened with that? Are y'all still trying to get that sold? Now, at that point, your prospect is going to start telling you a story, hopefully, right? Which is really what we want. We want them telling us stories about what's going on in their world. So then we're going to listen to that story and we're going to try and interject ourselves in there as a solution to whatever problem they're having. So I hear this a lot where they go, yeah, well, it didn't sell because the market's too tough right now. And now here's something that I want you thinking about too. Don't allow a faulty perception of reality to be real in their mind. So if they say something like the market's too hard, say, really? Well, I've got 6 properties under contract right now, right? Matter of fact, I look at the MLS every week. I do a breakdown of our market every week. And for example, last week, we had 1,275 new properties hit our MLS in our area last week. Out of those 1,275, almost 700 of them went under contract in the first 7 days. That means as long as a property is priced right, it's headed for a closing table within the first week of it being on the market. So the market's incredibly strong, and here's why the market's strong. Even though interest rates are crazy, even though we're in an election year, even though inflation is bozo and it's got some people scared, we still are at an all-time historic low number of properties, right? We are desperate for more properties to hit the market. So as long as we price it correctly, everything sells. There's nothing out there that's not going to sell if it's priced the right way, right? So that's one thing that we can kind of talk about a little bit if they come out of their mouth with that. If they say, yeah, well, it just didn't sell, right? Say, oh, now this is another path that I want to go down. I want to talk to them about why it didn't sell. And what you're going to find most of the time is their perception of why it didn't sell is because they had a bad agent, right? Or their agent didn't communicate with them, or whatever the case may be. So if they say, I don't know what happened with it, it just didn't sell, so we pulled it off the market, I'll follow up with, oh, okay, well, heck, let me ask you this. For the showings you did have, what kind of feedback were you getting? What were the buyers saying about your property? Now, here's where you're going to tap into the I had a lazy agent mode, right? Because a lot of times, majority of the time, they'll say we weren't getting feedback. Like, you're not getting feedback? Well, that doesn't make any sense. Because without feedback, how are you going to correct the issues that are causing the house not to sell? Matter of fact, this is something that I do, right? Anytime I've got a listing, if an agent calls me to set up a showing on that listing, I will call and confirm with you first. And when I send them back the confirmation, I'll say, hey, do me a huge favor. First, I'll start with, hey, you're good for 12 o'clock on Monday, right? Here's the combination to get in. Also, if you would, do me a huge favor. When you're done with your showing, shoot me over some feedback that I can relay over to my sellers, right? Really appreciate you showing it. Look forward to hearing from you soon. Now, I'm asking for feedback before they've even seen the house, right? So then we get them in for the showing, and I say, look, an hour after the showing, if I haven't received feedback yet, well, then I call them again. Or no, I'm sorry, I text them. An hour after the showing, I text them. Hey, do me a favor. You're probably driving, but when you get situated, shoot me some feedback on that place that you just showed. If I don't hear anything back from that text message, the following morning, I'm going to reach out by phone. I'm going to call the agent on their cell phone and on their office line. I'm going to attempt to get feedback again. Now, Mr. Seller, Mr. Jones, whatever, whoever the guys I'm talking to. There are going to be times where I'm not going to get you feedback either. But see, I'm already speaking to them as if I'm their agent. There are times that I wouldn't get you feedback either. But you're going to know, if I don't call you that day, I haven't got feedback back yet. The next morning, I'm calling you regardless. I'm either calling you to give you feedback after my phone call to that agent, or I'm calling you to tell you, hey, I've tried 3 times so far, have not been able to get a answer from that agent on some feedback on your place. But as soon as I get some, I'll give you a call, and hopefully we get another showing here real soon. So there's never going to be a moment in time where you're sitting there wondering what's going on with the property, right? I am always, matter of fact, you might have to call me and say, stop with all the communication. It's too much communication, right? And then you kind of see what they say. There's something else that we work into these conversations. The words, this time. Now, the words this time seem very mild. They aren't contentious. They aren't aggressive. They aren't anything. The way we use them is going to be pretty aggressive. So I might say something like, hey, well, I mean, if you guys are open to it, I'd love to come by, sit down with you, show you how I would potentially get the property sold this time for you. See, this time in that context is saying last time you didn't have a go-getter, right? This time you have me. So we're going to get the property sold for you. And you can use those 2 words in many different ways, right? But just drop this time into those conversations and you'll see how powerful they are. Today I have some cancels and some expireds that we're going to call. I already went through, found the addresses that I wanted to use, and pulled the phone numbers. And so we're going to see if we can get some people to answer the phone and see what they had to say about their property. All right, so the first one that I'm going to go after, it expired. It's like it expired last month. This just shows how long in between I It's been sitting here waiting for me for a month. It looks like it was under contract and it fell apart. It was listed for 240,000 and it was on the market for a little over 3 months. Let me show you guys some of the photos so you can see what I'm looking at. All right. So as you can see, not a bad house. Looks like it's on a pretty good sized lot. Got a big driveway coming around to the back. It's got laminate flooring. Looks like laminate countertops. Nothing fantastic about it. It's vacant. Now that's great, right? Anytime I'm looking at cancels or expireds, that's one of the things that I'm looking at. Is there anybody living in it? Because they may be more motivated to sell it since there's no one living in it. So let's drop this back down. See how big the lot is that it's on. All right, it is on almost 3 acres. So how cool is that? All right, Michael. There's a local number, so they're not out of town.
Hello.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Hey, my name's Shane. I'm a local real estate agent. I see you guys had a property on Church Road. Came off the market last month. Whatever happened with that? Are you still trying to sell it?
No, I think we're gonna rent it out for a while.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Looked like a nice place. What happened? It looked like it went under contract and it fell apart. Was there something with an inspection or something?
Wrong property.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Edenton.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a local real estate agent over here. I sell a bunch of them all over. I got one right now under contract over in Murfreesboro. Couple more in Hertford. Have a lot of success on getting the thing sold, you know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We've got a nice property, but now we got to rent it out for the next 12 months.
I got you. Is that the only rental property you own, or do you own others?
I've got another one. So
I got you. Is that on the market yet or no?
I've actually got one on the Bell Beam, which is posted it ourselves.
Right.
And I've got another one that's listed under United Realty or something. I forgot.
Oh, okay. I got you. What's the address for the one that you have listed with United Realty?
28 Small Road.
All right, I'll take a look at that one, and if I have a buyer, go ahead.
It's in Orlando.
It's in where? Oh, I got you. Oh.
I got another one over in Rick Square. I don't know if you can.
Yeah. I'll sell out of Rich Square. What's the address on that one?
This one's not on the contract. It's 205 Pine Street.
You want me to work you up some numbers on it and maybe see if it makes sense?
Sure, man. I'll sell it to you.
Yeah, I do pretty good at selling them, but I'm not really in the market to buy anything right now. I just ended up this morning going under contract on a piece of land over here in Chowan County. And last year I bought my neighbor's house. So what's that? Yeah.
That's good. So where's your office at? Or were you working out of your house?
I work out of my house over here in Arrowhead Beach, just outside of Edenton.
So over there last year, or a year or two, I paved the driveway over there.
Oh, okay. You do paving.
Yes.
All right. Well, then I might need is this if I get a client that needs paving, is this a good number to pass off to them? Okay.
Trinity Paving is the name of it.
Trinity Paving. Okay.
Yeah, we've been doing it for 22 years.
Gotcha.
This week, 22 years.
Wow. What
We celebrate.
That's right. What areas do you cover?
go all the way to the beach.
Gotcha. Very
Yeah, I've
cool.
been all the way up to Apex up the other side of Raleigh.
Nice.
Yeah, I played the Murphy station up there, you know.
Right.
Anyway, we do a lot of commercial stuff and residential.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
But look, 205 Pine Street, Rich Square.
All right. I'm gonna pull it up.
Hey,
I'm gonna
look.
go ahead.
I'll tell you about the house.
Okay.
Somebody, we had a tenant in there 2 years ago. Year and a half, whatever it's been. It's been a while since I just got through renovating it. They
Right.
caught the couch on fire. And
Oh,
it
good
smoked
Lord.
the house so bad, I had to gut it all.
Oh,
So walls, insulation, everything. So took all the old wiring out, rewired the whole house, new insulation, new walls, everything brand new in the house is brand spanking new.
oh,
You're welcome to come meet me one day and I'll let you look at it.
gotcha. Gotcha. It looked like, let's see, did you pick this up back around 22?
What is property?
This property, or have you
No,
owned it
I've had
longer
it.
now?
I've had it for several years.
I got you. It looked like it was on the market at one point and maybe expired off the market. Little brick house.
We did put it up there. How long ago was it? What's it saying?
It says that it was on the market 8/13 to 22 and then came off in December.
Yeah, what it was, I was going to sell it like it is.
Yeah. It looks like it had something boarded up. Right.
Before I fixed it, I was going to sell it as is.
Uh-huh.
Ain't nobody making no offers. I mean, you know, legit offers.
Yeah.
Somebody would give it to them. I said, no, I ain't doing that.
That's right.
Yeah, that was the deal, bro.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'll pull a few numbers on it. Yeah, you were basically giving it away back then. 65 grand, it looks like.
Yeah, I got some pictures inside of it and video if you want me to send it to you.
Yeah, definitely. That'll work. That'll help me while I'm putting together a market analysis for it.
So I don't know about the house in Millennium. It's actually Orlando address.
Yeah.
Millennium is a community name. We're asking 175.
Right.
And I just went in there, painted everything, put new carpet, stripped everything out, put new carpet, new kitchen sink, new bathroom sinks, brand new heat and air unit. Took out all the old duct work.
Mm-hmm.
Put everything's new under the house. I just put a new roof on it as well.
Jeez.
So it's in tip top shape.
Yeah. How long has it been on the market?
It's been a while now.
Hmm.
I've had a few people look at it, and nothing's never happened.
What's that address? Let me pull that one up too, just so I have a visual.
128 Road.
Yeah. Okay.
It's I don't know what the old picture looks like, but you know the roof's been completed since.
Yeah.
If you go to the United Realty website, I think that's the name, but I'm sure they got new pictures up there.
Yeah, I got the pictures up on my computer now. Yeah, it looks like the photo does still have the old roof on it.
Yeah, and since then, I paved the driveway 2 months ago.
Wow. Okay.
So I tore it all out, redoing it. I said, somebody ought to buy this house, man. It's brand new.
Well, I tell you, so the main photo looks like it's there with the new pavement in. So maybe that does have the new roof.
Yeah,
but all of
the new pavement, it's got new roof.
Yeah, but all of the other photos are they look like old photos that are on the MLS. So you may have them come out and just update the photos and get, some fresh photos with everything nice and green, because it looked like these photos were taken back when there was no leaves on the trees. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't have a good real estate agent, I don't think, man.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. With all my
I mean,
listings, I do drone photos and I do professional photos. I don't
Well,
take photos with my phone.
what do you generally charge to, as far as your commission?
5%.
Yeah.
And then I split
Well,
it 50-50 with whoever
Yeah,
brings a
we've
buyer.
we've had them up here, and I'm like, y'all ain't doing nothing for me. I try to call the realtor, the agent. I don't know. I think she's going through a lot. She's 65 years old, probably. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we can't hardly get in contact with her. So I was thinking, we're probably gonna just tell them, hey, look, just cancel this thing.
Right.
Ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
So I did cancel the other one that I was gonna sell on Church Road. Because nobody doing it. Golly, man, they get this house away with 3 acres of land.
Well, I tell you what, one thing that I see over and over again, last year I was ranked number 10 out of the 2,000 agents in our MLS. And I was ranked that high, even though I was only going after expired properties where the other agent was not able to give their client a big win, and for sale by owners where they're not able to find a buyer. So I only sell the difficult to sell properties, and I still sell more of them than 99.9% of the agents in the MLS. But what I did was, like last year and a half ago, I went and got my pilot's license to fly drones commercially. So where most agents, they'll only get a drone photographer out if it's a high dollar property, like, eight or 900,000. I do drone photography on every listing because it's my drone, it's my time. Why not? Right. And then I went out and I bought myself a $4,000 camera so that I can do all of my own real photography, like inside the house and outside from the ground. And I said, you know what? These other photographers, just one, they charge too much money. And half the time, the photos come to me and I got to put them in a program and clean them up anyway. So why not just do it myself? So every one of my listings gets professional quality photos and drone photography. And then I'm part of EXP, which is a national brokerage. So a lot of my marketing goes to, my name's Shane Noblin.
All right, Shane, look, I got an emergency situation.
No, you're good, man.
Well, let me tell you what I did.
Okay.
I had to get a crown on my tooth.
Oh, no.
And a temporary crown. There was a temp crown until I get the real one in.
Uh-huh.
They sent off to make that. But I broke the dog on the temp a while ago, eating some popcorn.
Oh.
Something that I shouldn't have done.
Right.
But I just so happened to be right here in Suffolk, Virginia.
Yeah.
Here, and they just called me, said, come on in. I just pulled in the parking lot. So
handle your business.
All right, text me your info, man. I'll call you back when I get out of here.
Sounds good, brother.
All right, thanks.
All right, see you, bud. Guys, I've made one phone call today. I've made one phone call. The property that I was calling about, he pulled off the market, rented it. It's going to be 12 months before he's ready to sell that thing, right? So that's a dead property, but he's got another property to sell. It's probably going to be 140, 145,000 with the renovations that he's done, right? When it was completely gutted, he was selling it for 65,000. Probably going to be starter home, 150,000-ish, right? Price range. He's got another one listed. He can't even get the agent on the phone. Now, you got to be really careful when you're having these conversations with these prospects, because ethically, we have to, not do anything to interfere with another agent's agreement, right? But I didn't prompt any of that conversation. He said right out of his mouth, he's having a hard time with that other agent. And you heard what I said. Photography is a big part of this, right? I have a drone. Every one of my listings gets drone photography. I've got a really nice, expensive camera. Every one of my photos gets quality photography, professional photography. Stand by. Sorry about that, guys. When the wife calls, you got to pick the phone up, right? You never know. Something could be wrong. In this case, nothing's wrong. But if you listen to that conversation, reason for the call was dead almost immediately, right? But now think back to what I said to him. He said, yeah, we've got it rented for the next 12 months. And I said, oh, is that your only rental property? Is that the only property that you own? That question right there unlocked an entire other aspect to this conversation. And now he's got one that he needs to list that he just finished renovating, right? Because a couch caught on fire. The renters had a couch in the living room, couch caught on fire, and he had to gut the whole house and renovate the whole thing. It's a cute little house too, a little brick house. If we price it right, it should be just fine to get that thing sold. And then he's got another one that's listed that he's really not happy with the agent. And I didn't push that throttle at all, but he said out of his mouth, I think I'm going to call that other brokerage and cancel that one. So I potentially, with one phone call just now, picked up 2 listings. This is not hard. Any of you can do this. Let me send him over my business card. All right. First call done, potentially 2 listings picked up. We can do this like that property expired a month ago. Or not expired, he canceled it a month ago because he just wasn't getting any results. All right, let's look up the next one. Wanted to copy those 2 addresses he had given me so I can do some digging on them. All right, so next is, all right, so for this particular house, it is on a 1/4 acre. It's almost 1,100 square feet, 2 bedroom, 1 bath. It's in this little historic town called Edenton. Let's see, how long was it on the market? It was on the market for 62 days. Doesn't look like it went under contract. And they canceled the listing. All right, let me show you guys what I'm looking at here. It's what I call a shotgun shack. So you can see here, it's very narrow and it's long, right? Because the lot is also narrow and it's right next to a marina. So you're walking distance to a marina and to the water. But then when you look in, super cute on the inside. You can kind of see here how it's a narrow, long building. They've got it decorated really cute. Just a nice little, if someone's looking to downsize, this is perfect. Just has a lot going for it. It's also in a fairly desirable area. You can see how close it is. This is dang near standing in the yard. See, the marina is right here. Let's stop this. Minimize. All right, let's call Carmen and see what happened with this.
Hello?
Hey, Carmen.
Yeah.
Hey, my name's Shane. I'm a local real estate agent here in Edenton. I saw you had a property came off the market a few days ago over on Queen Street. Is that something you're still trying to sell, or?
Yeah, I'm actually going to put it on the market Monday or Tuesday. A woman by the name of Heather is going to list it for me.
Gotcha. Okay, so it'll be back on Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, well, she's coming over Monday late in the afternoon, and we're signing the papers, and we're taking it from there.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's good. I will keep an eye out for it. You aren't still interviewing, right? You've picked Heather as your one, or are you still looking?
Oh no. Yeah, we talked for hours several weeks ago.
Nice.
After my dog died, I had it on the market for 10 days, maybe 12 days.
Yeah.
And I was a little hesitant on, going through with it, but I thought I'm going to take a chance. My dog was sick.
Oh no.
And unfortunately, we went on a trip together, and I fell in love with this area where I'm at. We went back. I put the house on the market, but then, as days were going by, she was just totally deteriorating. And
Oh,
I called the realtor up, and I said, or I text, and said, look, I am really sorry, but we're just going to have to take it off the market. Lucy's not doing good. And she died July 1st. So,
Oh,
yeah.
that's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is. So anyway, but yeah, I'm out here in Western North Carolina and looking at some properties.
Nice.
I believe I found something. So I called Heather up and we are, and the good thing on this end is there is no time of, well, you got to close on this at this time.
Yeah.
Because I'm just at this moment purchasing land.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, and then in the future, a tiny house will go on it. So there's no like, okay, I got to hurry up and sell my house in Eaton. There's no pressure there.
Yeah. Now, my wife and I, we vacation with the kids at Grandfather Mountain in Lenoir. You aren't in that area, are you?
Oh my God, not too far. You know where Murphy, North Carolina is?
I do. Yep.
Oh my God, what a beautiful little town.
Beautiful country out there.
Yeah. I stayed in Waynesville last night.
Right.
Maggie Valley. But I actually like this area a little bit more. It's just, well, you've been to Murphy, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, ma'am. I sure do.
Yeah. Well, have you been to Franklin, North Carolina?
Let me think now, because we drove out there. We stayed at a resort at Grandfather Mountain, but then we went all over that area, kind of visiting places and seeing the sights. I might have been in Franklin.
Yeah,
but I'm not.
I was going to head down that way, and I took a detour and came this direction.
Yeah.
And boy, I'm glad I did. But Franklin's only an hour away from here, so
Right.
On the way back, I might take a drive by. But yeah, I love this place. It's wonderful. And
Nice.
And it's not as hot, and the water is wonderful.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Shane, I don't need to talk your ear off. Yeah, do you know Heather?
I do know Heather. You're probably.
I believe Heather.
Yeah. And she's out of Edenton, right? Yeah, I think so.
Okay, gosh, what a small
It
world.
is.
Yeah, but yeah, I talked with her for a few hours. She's just a lovely lady. So,
Yes, ma'am.
So maybe you guys can bump heads together or whatnot.
That's right.
See what happens.
Sounds good, ma'am. We'll lock my number in. If you ever need anything in the future, even if it's just advice, feel free to reach out to me.
Shane, thanks for calling.
Absolutely, Carmen. You have a fantastic time up there. I'm jealous.
Okay, Shane. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, we'll see you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, she's already picked a real estate agent. This one had been off the market since so 7/9. What is this? 2 weeks. So now here's the thing, right? What if I had reached out after this came off the market and had that conversation first? Very well could have been me getting this listing and not Heather, but that's okay, right? Because there's more than enough for everybody. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Now, these are real easy. I don't even do a data sheet for these. This is my call sheet. It's just a yellow legal pad, right? And I just write out the address, the MLS number, their phone number, their name, and I scribble little notes on the side, right, as I have notes to write. Low tech. I don't have big fancy CRMs doing drip campaigns and all that other stuff. I don't have a dialer. I don't have any of that. But if you think about it, what matters more than anything else? And I have this discussion with people all the time. Doesn't matter how many calls you make a day. You can have 1,000 dials a day, 50 conversations a day. If you aren't showing any results from that, who cares that you're talking to more people? Let's get better at talking to a person and picking up 2 listings. We're talking to a person. This conversation I just had with Carmen was a great rapport building conversation. That very easily could have converted into a listing if she hadn't already solidified a relationship with a new agent. If she hadn't done that, that's 2 for 2 for me, right? I have zero doubts that I could have reeled her in as a client. So let's check this next one. So this next one is 3,161 square feet, 3-bed, 3-bath, waterfront on little over an acre, listed for $359, and it didn't sell. 123 days in the market. 1, 2, 3. So let me pull this up. I want to show you guys what I'm looking at so you can see what the property is that I'm getting ready to call on. You know what? I spoke with you guys about this. I spoke with you guys about using the term "this time" in the conversations. And so far, I have not had the opportunity to drop in this time. That's okay. Just be thinking about it. Be thinking about places where you can drop in this time. Not a great house. I think I might be able to tell. Now, it looks like a fairly new roof on it. Somebody got in here and got really creative with the angled deck boards, trying to kind of spruce it up some. You can see it's right on the water. It's 1981 house that started off as a manufactured home. I'm not sure whether this is a modular or whether it was like a single wide that they did additions to or what. Nice large carport off the side of it. Pretty good sized bathroom there. Photography isn't horrible. Pictures are clean and crisp. You can see out of their Four Seasons room, you can see their view of the water. And this is, wow, that's impressive. That's a big bank of windows looking out at the sound. Look at this room. This needed, now this is not a great photo, and this should be a fantastic photo. This photo right here should be a showstopper. But you've got all of this light, this glare coming through, really jacking up this image. Yeah. Yeah, this has some potential. So let's see, let's stop the share. So this one was under contract and fell through. It was originally listed for $440,000. That's a bit much. Came down to $359. All right, let's see what they have to say.
Hello?
Hey, Arthur.
Yeah.
Hey, my name's Shane. I'm a local real estate agent. See, you had a property on Sunset Circle, came off the market earlier this month.
Yeah, I have a buyer.
Oh, you have a buyer for it. Okay. Did you relist it or you found a buyer off market?
Well, they were already interested in it. It was also, I was taking it off the market.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. All right. Well, if something falls through with that, lock my number in. I'd love to see what I can do to maybe help you get it sold this time.
All right, man.
All right, bud. Have a good one. Not the best use of this time. I will say, I'm my own worst critic, and I kind of forced that one in where it really probably wasn't the right choice of words, but that's all right. All right, let's take a look at this next one. All right, 127 days on the market. Went under contract and fell through. They pulled it off the market 4 days ago. Let me tell you what I should have done with Arthur on that last call. I should have gone for an email and said, hey, well, look, I tell you what, love to keep in touch with you just in case you need something in the future. Right? Let me do this. I'm going to send you over my resume. That way you can meet me on paper. And if you ever need anything, you know how to get me. That would have been the better move right there. And I didn't do it. But this is the self-critique that we need to do on every single call so that we are forcing ourselves to get better and better and better. All right, so this one we're getting ready to call on was, let's see, on the market 127 days, listed for 200,000. It's 2,500 square foot, 3-bed, 2-bath on a 1/4-acre lot in the town of Edenton. Not far from that other one, Carmen. It's real close to that one, so it's in a desirable area. Should have sold. Let's see here. All right. Well, we've got a clue. Let me pull this up so you guys can look at it. I'm always looking at these things with a critical eye to see where I could make a difference. And in this particular case, that's not a professional photo. That certainly is not a professional photo. These are cell phone photos, right? The lighting is bad. The heavy shadows back here is bad. It's not crisp and clear, right? Bad photography. The whole photo is hazy. And there's no excuse for this. So what? It's a $200,000 house, and that's at the lower end. That's basically starter home level, right? It's still, the homes deserve good photography. And if you're not willing to put good photography to work, well, then it's just going to sit there and expire off the market. And now, if I pick it up as a listing, it's a stigmatized property because it was on the market and it didn't sell and it expired. But if you look, there's only 20 images and they're all bad. They're all just bad. Look at the haze and fog. It's just bad business to do it like this. Unacceptable. So when we're looking, right, we're looking for those things that we can talk about. Not necessarily that we're going to say your old agent did a bad job, because we shouldn't say that, right? But what we can say is this. Those people saw the house on Zillow and Realtor.com. They saw the quality of the photos. And I guarantee it was a thought in their brain that the photography could have been better. So what I will do, like I did on that first call, I say, hey, look, something that I think is really important is great photography. I went out and got my license to fly drones, and now I do drone photography on every one of my listings. I went out and bought a $4,000 camera and lens combination, right? A nice tripod, so that I can do professional quality photography on every one of my listings. It's important because that photography is what causes you to have showings. So if you don't have great photography, you're not going to have showings. You're not going to sell houses. I can say that, and I'm not talking bad about anybody else. I'm just talking about the good stuff that I do. But in their mind, I'm speaking to exactly what they thought the problem was with the listing.
Hi, you've reached Carolyn. Please leave me a message. Thank you.
All right, so something that I do is I lock in their name and their address. So like I've locked her into my contacts. Carolyn, her last name, the street name, and expired. So that now if I get a phone call back, I'll already know who it is and I can answer the phone. Hey, Carolyn, how you doing? So now I'm going to send Carolyn her first name and a question mark. All right. So we're going to wait to see if Carolyn responds back. That trick works great. I know y'all probably heard me talk about it before. But I'll get a response back pretty quickly using that trick. All right, let's go to the next one and see. This is the last one. I only pulled, what is that? 5. I pulled 5 expireds to call today and potentially have picked up a listing, maybe 2, with the gentleman going to get his crown fixed. All right, this next house is a nice house in a really nice area. It's listed for $500,000, 3,287 square feet, 4-bedroom, 4-bath. on 3/4 of an acre. It was on the market for 237 days with no buyers. This is in Eden. Oh, wow. Yeah, it didn't go under contract, didn't anything. Came off the market 3 days ago. So let's see here. I'm gonna y'all will like this. It's a $500,000 house. The midpoint in my market is around 300,000. So this is almost double the midpoint in my market. Now, this isn't a bad photo. I don't think it's a professional photo. It doesn't look crisp and clear enough to me to be a professional photo. That's not a bad photo. But now we're getting into the inside. And if you look, no professional photographer is going to leave this doorway back here dark like this, right? Have all of these shadows back here. To have this very narrow, this is a cell phone. And again, a cell phone. Bad photography, right? Look at this. How much worse could you get on this photography? Look at the sun, the glare from the light, this fisheye looking thing here. It's just, look at this photo. Why in the world are we taking a photo of a dark room? It's the same room. No, it's not the same room. Guys, guys and gals, I'm constantly amazed at the lack of professionalism. This is one of the things that I learned in photography. Whenever you're photographing a room, you have to get 3 walls. If you have one corner and no other reference point, this could be this wall right here. You're seeing about, 12 feet of it, right? This wall could be 13 feet long, or it could be 40 feet long. There's no way to know, right? Same thing over here. Without another corner involved, there's no way to get the scale, the scope, and the size of the room, right? Just bad cell phone photography on a house that even average agents should know. 500,000, let's go ahead and get real photography done to the house. Look at this. This hurts my eyes. This is one of those things. I see it because I'm looking for it. The buyers out there, they don't know what they don't like about it, but they don't like something about it. Here's what they don't like. All of your lines are running downhill, right? You look at these lines. All of your verticals should be verticals, and they're sitting at an angle. All of your horizontals your horizontals should be horizontal. Your verticals should be vertical. In this photo, none of that is occurring. Everything is cattywampus. So when a potential buyer looks at it, their eyes don't like it. They don't know why they don't like it, but they don't like it because none of the things are running the way that they're supposed to run. And that could cause them to skip right onto the next photo. And here we are. It's pitiful how bad the photography is on this nice home in a really nice area. Look at this great room with this vaulted ceiling. This agent didn't even turn their phone sideways to try and broaden the image any. Look, this agent came out at night and took photos. I'm just so confused. All right. I've talked enough about that. Oh, this is that guy calling me back. Hey, Mike.
Should have been back with you, buddy.
That was fast, brother. They hooked you up that quick, huh?
Took on in the was the crown that they just put on there. Temp
Yeah.
crown. So they only took them a few minutes to make another.
Gotcha. Well, that's good, man. It sounds like they got you a little numb.
No, I didn't get numb.
Okay. Good
They,
deal.
They just put that, I don't know, like Play-Doh in your mouth, make a mold.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway.
Got it.
So back to where we were earlier.
Oh yeah. I was telling you that I think photos are important, right? Because when buyers are looking online, the photo is what causes them to click on the listing to actually read the description and then maybe set up a showing. So if you don't have great photography, then the rest of it, I mean, you may as well not even have it on the market, right? And then I'm part of eXp Realty. We have 90,000 agents. We're the third largest in the country. So a lot of my marketing goes to New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Massachusetts, to my agents that are in those areas. And the reason I do that, the reason I make a specific push to that area is because we get a lot of transplants that are coming down here from up there. And when they sell their properties up there, they're getting a lot of money, right? Because properties are super expensive up there. And then when they're looking at properties down here, they get a lot more for their money. So a lot of the properties that I sell are cash deals.
Yeah, good.
So it works out pretty well,
A lot of people to sign something up with you for both of these properties.
Okay.
First of all, I do got to get United Realty to cancel the one at Millennium.
You do. Yeah, that's certainly job one, because you and I really can't even discuss that one much while you're under agreement with them until that agreement is dissolved.
If you want to look at the one pretty well.
Yeah, definitely. And then you can just let me know on the other one if it's something that you want me to take over as well, and we'll see if we can do a big push and get them both off your hands.
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool. What's a good email for you? I'm gonna send you over my resume.
At hotmail.com.
And then when you get a chance, send me any current photos that you might have of the one that caught fire. What was that? 205 Pine Street?
Yes.
Okay. And I'll start putting together some numbers for that one. We'll see what it looks like. And then when you're ready, once you dissolve that other one, then I'll work on it a little bit. 128, what is it? 128 Bruce Farmer.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. All right, man. Sounds good.
Sounds good, bud. You have a fantastic afternoon.
All right, you too. Thank
All right. See you, man. All right. So that's part 2 of the conversation I had a few minutes ago. And you see, I just reinforced what we were already talking about. I vaguely remembered kind of where we left off. I think I was getting into the fact that I was with a national brokerage and I pushed my marketing and all that other stuff. But I did want to touch on the photography a little bit, because we know that's something that they're already thinking about. Now, under this next one that I just showed you guys with the god-awful photography on a really nice home in a really desirable area. Let's see here. So far, Carolyn has not gotten back to me. Oh, let's lock Mike in. Expired. $205 Street. All right. We've got Mike locked in. Now let's call Margaret or John. Let's see here. Keypad. All right. So no answer at the first one.
Hello.
Hey, John.
Yes.
Hey, my name's Shane. I'm a local real estate agent here in Edenton. I saw your property on Queen Anne Drive came off the market. Are you still trying to sell that?
For the right price, maybe, but I mean, we've got it rented out. So
I got you. Gotcha. How long is the lease?
it's yearly.
Gotcha. Is that your only rental property, or you own others?
We got a
I gotcha. Okay.
that house is mortgaged at 2% or just under, so I'd be done getting rid of it right now. But
That's right. Yeah, it's like free money sitting there.
yeah, no doubt.
Gotcha.
No, we're doing pretty good with it.
I guess I'll save your number, and if we're ever trying to move anything, I'll get up with you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'll tell you what, you have a good email address. I'll send you my resume.
Sure. At gmail.com.
All right. When we get off here, I'll send that over to you. And do you ever pick up other rental properties? Are you looking to grow your portfolio?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Who do you work for?
I work for EXP Realty here in Edenton.
Okay. Do you only do business in Edenton?
Oh, no. I do business. I go down as far as Beaufort County, up as far as I've got one now in Currituck that is for sale. But I do a lot of this. I do a lot of cold calls. And so I come across people all over the area from time to time.
Have you heard of Larrabee Homes?
Yeah.
Okay. That's my brother-in-law. We work together on, we've got probably 100 units right now. So,
Okay.
Yeah, just send me what you got, and be happy to connect and see what we can do.
Awesome. Sounds good, sir.
Yeah, and I'll forward that to guy's name is Cade that I work with.
Mhm.
It's my wife's brother, and I'll forward that to him. Maybe we can get together.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
So yes, sir. Appreciate you reaching out.
All right, bud. Have a good one.
All right, you too. See you.
See you. All right, so not every one of these is a home run, but here's the thing. That guy's a builder. He's got 100 units. He's got 100 rental properties. They're going to need to sell something. I've already built a little bit of rapport here, right? I valued his time. He was speaking fast. So if you saw, matching and mirroring is not just mimicking what they do, but it's valuing their time. So his speed of speech was fast. Now, maybe he's just naturally a fast talker. Right? Who knows? Maybe that's what he is. Maybe not. But it could have been where he was in a hurry. He was getting ready to walk in somewhere and he needed the conversation to move faster. So you could hear my speed of speech sped up drastically because I was matching what he was presenting to me. But I went through the whole gambit. Hey, are you trying to sell this? No, it's rented. Oh, okay, great. How long is the lease? 12 months. It's a 1-year rental. Ah, gotcha. Then he dropped in with, yeah, this is just under 2%. So we'd be a fool to get rid of it. It'd have to really be for the right price. And I'm like, it makes perfect sense. Is that the only rental house you have? No, I've got plenty of other ones. Well, look, you wanted to sell this one. At some point, you're going to want to sell some of the other ones. And he damn near asked me for my resume. Right? So I'm going to send that resume over to him. At some point, I'll do business with this gentleman. No question in my mind. So that's it for today, guys. Frequently, I get asked, how long are your call sessions? What do you recommend for jumping on here and making calls? And really, it's whatever you're comfortable with. I'll tell you what, today, I was not feeling a call session. I had picked up a property, was wanting to put a barn dominium on it, and got some bad news from zoning that barn dominiums aren't allowed. It's going to have to be stick built or modular, which really kind of set me back. And I was like, I really don't feel like making calls, but you know what? Let's move the needle a little bit. And that's what we have to get good at every single day. Jump on these phones, make fun conversations with people. You see, I'm not salesy. I'm not trying to cram something down their throat or convince them, overcome whatever it is they have going on. I'm trying to understand them better. And if we get good at really understanding people better and seeing where we can provide assistance, we will move the needle every single day. And then before you know it, you have more business than you can handle. You have more than you can keep up with. If you guys enjoyed this video, subscribe first off. If you aren't already subscribed, subscribe. I typically don't talk about that in these videos, but I mean, if you want to keep up on the content I'm putting out, subscribing and then hitting that, bell notification is going to make that happen. If you're looking for one-on-one coaching, I've got a program where I get you in here. We do live cold calls where I'm coaching you through the calls as they're occurring, right? Invaluable, because you're thinking about the FSBO, or not the FSBO. I'm usually talking about FSBOs. You're thinking about the expired conversation and where you want to go next. I'm listening to the prospect and giving you tips and tricks and redirecting you down a path where potentially you could pick up more in a way shorter amount of time. And it just trains your brain to think along these lines with these prospects. So book a call on my Calendly below. Be more than happy to go over what that looks like, right? And if you're thinking about a brokerage swap, always looking to add people to my team here at my brokerage. Would be more than happy to talk with you about that as well. Book a call on that Calendly link for either one of those two things, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video.
Stop being weak, bro. It's not supposed to be easy. Who told you the grind's supposed to be easy? Who told, like your kindergarten teacher? No, we ain't handing out trophies to everybody. Oh, there's only one winner in this game, bro. So embrace it or leave.